Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain.hunting.blonde, and today I'm bringing to you more of a chatty video, and I wanted to discuss, is luxury fashion becoming fast fashion? So, quick definition of what fast fashion is, which I have up on my phone, is basically the idea that cheap, trendy clothing is made based off things on the catwalk or celebrity culture and turned into garments on high street, which are then worn a couple times and tossed. So the idea is to get things out at a really quick speed to meet consumer demand, but then obviously since they're trendy, consumer demand is not there after a while and the items are discarded. The problem with fast fashion, I mean, there's many problems, right? But there's a giant sustainability problem with overproduction, overconsumption, and then our disposing of those items that have been used and only worn a couple times. So one thing with luxury fashion is obviously luxury fashion is not going to be the ones copying, well, I guess they do somewhat copy each other, but they're not the ones they're the ones being copied. They're not the ones who are copying things on the catwalk because they are the catwalk. So I do completely acknowledge that. I think what I'm starting to think of with luxury fashion is that, like, there used to be definite seasons, right? Like, this is spring, summer, this is cruise, this is this. And then those items would sell and then they'd come out with another season. And they have always been ahead in seasons, right? Like, that is just how fashion has worked. But we are now seeing a point where I can't even tell you what seasons any of these latest Louis Vuitton releases have been. I mean, we have gone from the, like, tennis collection that just came out. Before that was the, I don't know what they were calling it, but you know, the kind of like ombre pastel collection, and which I think was officially the summer collection, and now is coming out that Stardust collection, which I'll put up pictures as I'm talking about this of all those collections, but like, I don't even know what seasons those three are supposed to be. And so this is why it got me thinking, like, we are now operating in a time where, like, there are no true seasons in luxury fashion, and I, as someone who loves luxury fashion, cannot keep up with what is coming out when, because there is so much coming out. It's just overwhelming. So that's kind of my first thought, is like, there are no longer seasons, which is very, very fast fashion-esque, because fast fashion just comes out as soon as it possibly can. The next thought is fast fashion is often associated with something you wear a couple times and then you toss because it is not good quality and it's not something that you would keep in your wardrobe. And as we have seen, I have been a recipient of bad quality items from Louis Vuitton. I'm actually, like, do not like ordering Louis Vuitton online. I prefer to order it from a sales associate, because then at least they can look at it and make sure nothing's wrong with it. And when you're ordering online, you have no idea what you're getting, and almost everything I've gotten online recently has been flawed, which is very unfortunate. So now you're having things coming out at a really quick pace. There are no seasons and the quality is not there for luxury. So to me, again, that's just like blaring fast fashion to me. Third is we are having price increases, but those price increases are not, aren't like, they used to be like seasonal, like you'd have one in the fall and one in the spring. Obviously, since you're not having season stuff come out, they just kind of increase whenever they feel like it. And those price increases are not reflecting the quality of the good or like anything about the good. It's just now we're fully paying for the brand name, which is not necessarily something that is part of fast fashion. It's just something that I'm noticing more and more with luxury goods, is the name, like Louis Vuitton, used to equal quality. And now that is just not at all true. I mean, some of the things that I've seen, some of the videos I'm sure you guys have watched on YouTube, I watch them on YouTube, you're like, that literally could have come from any fast fashion retailer. That does not say to me, like, this is actually a luxury piece, which is crazy to me because we're paying so much money. And I will fully admit, I understand we're paying somewhat for the name of the brand. I'm okay with that. But I also do want something that is, like, better quality than something I would buy at Forever 21. And I don't think that's crazy to ask. And 4, and I think this is a big one that I was thinking about, is all the stuff that's coming out is overwhelming. So are we really buying what we like, or are we just buying to keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with the influencers, to keep up with the trends that are coming out? Because now so many of these bags that are coming out from these fashion houses are trendy. They are not the classics that we're used to seeing, right? Like Louis Vuitton, again, for an example, just because they have so, like, I just see so much stuff coming out all the time, right? A classic Louis Vuitton piece, for example, would be something in monogram, like a Speedy, right? Like those still exist, but what Louis Vuitton is pushing is the pastel color collection, is that tennis collection, it is the new coming out Stardust collection, and whatever other new things they're coming out with, and none of that is in the classic monogram canvas. Like, yes, it does have the same like LV print on it, but for example, the Stardust collection is leather, and that is like leather and sparkly leather, which like is in right now because like the like late 90s, early 2000s are very popular right now. But like, would you in 5 years from now actually want the sparkly Stardust collection, or would you rather have had 5 years from now a monogram Speedy? And of course it's going to be different for everyone, because if you're buying what you truly love, you will like that Stardust bag 5 years from now, because that is your jam and that is totally what you love and what you buy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for a lot of people, they're just buying the next thing to keep up with. Or like, I used to remember like thinking like, oh, I'd like a little piece from like every collection that comes out, right? Maybe like a keychain or like a bag or a little SLG, but so many collections come out that like you'd be spending so much money to keep up with that. You'd be buying something new, literally, it seems like new drops are coming out at least twice a month, maybe even more. And it's not just Louis Vuitton, it's also like Chanel does the same thing. Like, I have no idea what season we're on. Bags are just continually coming out all the time, and you're kind of like, what's going on here? Like, and their prices are going up and their quality's going down. It just makes me think like, are we as luxury consumers getting sucked into fast fashion because the luxury fashion houses have seen how profitable fast fashion is, and how we as consumers will overconsume if given the opportunity, or given that we feel like, oh, there's new stuff out and I should buy that because that's the latest thing? Like, we will do that. And I will admit there's definitely things, bags that I've been like, oh wow, I really like that because I'm seeing it on everyone, but actually I don't like it. And I think Dior does this a lot, right? Because they do the mass influencer gifting, which like, I know it's controversial. I don't actually have an issue with that because this is their job. And as someone who just makes content for fun, I know how much time and energy and effort goes into it. So I know how much these influencers are putting into making this a career. And so I don't have an issue if they're gifted something, but you will see, right? Like, for example, at one point I was like, ooh, the Dior Caro, I really like that. Or Caro, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I was like, I'm seeing it on everyone. Like, maybe I started looking at them, and I started looking at them Preloved, and then I realized like, no, I don't actually like that bag. I just like that I was seeing it everywhere and I thought I wanted it. And now we like don't see the Dior Caro anywhere. Same with the Dior Vibe bag. That was everywhere in our newsfeed. It dropped all at the same time, and it just didn't really work out. It wasn't as popular. But then they did the same thing with the Dior saddlebag, and I would say the Dior saddlebag is still popular. I still see people buying them. I still see people unboxing them. I still see people wearing them, and I have one and I love them. So, you know, it's just one of those things where we need to remember to buy what we love and not get swept up in everything. And we all get swept up in everything. It's hard not to. I mean, you know, like, even if I do not look at Instagram or YouTube, I still just like to browse websites, and like, I'm still seeing what's coming out and what's out there. And so I think luxury retail is onto that, and they're like, why not make the money that fast fashion is making, but on an even grander scale, because our items are so expensive. So I would love to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that luxury is becoming fast fashion? Do you think luxury quality is slipping? Do you think we're just buying to buy? Do you think this overconsumption is an issue, or is it just something, you know, that's not really an issue, we're just starting to notice it? Like, I would love to know your opinions down below. And if you don't feel comfortable commenting down below, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. I love to talk with you guys about these sort of things, and it's just things that I'm noticing. I read Aja Barber's new book. I want to say it's called Overconsumed or Overconsumption. I will link it down below. Very interesting read. Really got me kind of thinking about the fashion and the cycle of fashion, how not even that long ago, going shopping was like a luxury, and you would buy things for like a season, like your back to school fall outfit. And now it's like, no, you need a new back to school fall outfit every week. It's very interesting to see just kind of where we're going along this train and trend, and we'll see if it does reverse itself, because it definitely has a lot of implications that are more than just us having lots of stuff. So again, a more chatty video, but I also do handbag reviews, handbag reveals, handbag comparisons, and these chatty videos. If you like these sort of things, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is twice a week. If you want to chat with me, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.